comedy is subjective. A lot of people have different things that can make them laugh, or can make them and that's why we go to comedy, is just to laugh, is to just sit back and just laugh and have a good time. That's basically what comedy is in the first place, whether it be from shows, or comedy is like TV shows, or games, even movies especially. There's a lot of comedies that the reason why comedy genre does exist, honestly, and there's definitely a lot of comedies that have definitely made me laugh. But if I have to say what is my personal #1 favorite all-around general comedy film, for me, that will go to 2005's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which was released in 2005, and as I'm releasing this, it will be 15 years since the film was released. For the film I first saw this movie, I've always loved it, I've always appreciated it, and I figured, 50 years, I figured, why the hell not do a video on it? Why not discuss why this film is personally my all-time favorite comedy movie? Again, just an overall comedy genre is my personal favorite. This basically just going to be like a kind of review / discussion on the movie, discussing all the elements I love about the movie, and kind of the way I did my previous 2 discussion videos on why Baby Drive is my favorite film of 2010s, and why Batman Superman is my most disappointing of 2010s, and I'll leave those at the end screen at the end of this video if you want to check those out. I actually feel very proud of those videos, and I would appreciate if you guys check those out if you haven't. But now I'm going to discuss really why is this film is my favorite comedy of all time. So Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and was released May 4, 2005. This was the directorial debut of Shane Black. This was his directorial debut. He was known for being the original Predator, and has probably read some stuff in the past. And on his directorial debut, and of course, a lot of people know Shane Black at this point. Of course, later he did Iron Man 3, which the film I still really liked, and things I might do an animation review at some point. The Nice Guys, which isn't as funny as this movie, and I still think this movie is better. That guy is still a fantastic movie. I can see myself appreciating more on repeat viewings. And then he did The Predator, which I mean a lot of people were really disappointed. Well, I don't hate The Predator as much as everybody else does. For me, it's just fine for what it was, honestly. I definitely see what people hate it, though. I definitely see what people hate it, especially the whole autistic stuff that kind of pissed me off the more I thought about it. And with a terrible third act, and one of the worst 6-minute endings I've ever seen in any movie. So yeah, I don't know if I will blame the director, honestly, or the studio, or whatever, but I think I'll blame more the studio, to be honest. But I don't know, the guy is talented. The guy has proven that he is very talented, and he definitely proves that with this movie. So this movie in general is probably why I'm always so excited for anything that Shane Black does down the road. In this movie, you have Rob Downey Jr. This was before he was known for being Iron Man, before he was cast as a character. I mean, he was never one actor, but it was kind of on the time where he was not exactly the Chinese star that he is now. And you also have Val Kilmer, Michelle Monaghan, and a lot of other talented people rolling. This is also comedy, but it's also kind of a crime movie, but it's kind of more comedy in a sense, but it also has a lot of crime elements to it, and it's a film that's also a bit self-aware of itself, honestly, especially the narration of Robert Downey Jr.'s character. And the movie basically begins with him kind of running away, then he ends up in an audition where he ended up freaking out and disgracing people to get him into acting, so he ends up getting an audition, and he finds himself in the middle of a murder investigation. Val Kilmer's character, Perry, watching a mystery of someone involving his high school student Joel Harmony, played by Michelle Monaghan, and a detective who's that's basically. But the mystery itself is actually pretty engaging, actually, for this type of movie. It really is, actually. But yeah, for no scene, I knew I was probably going to love this movie the first time I saw it. And the whole audition scene is like that. I love just his general sense of how funny this movie really is. But yeah, it's he's really just freaking out, they're running away, and he kind of then he ends up the script and the audition, and people are impressed as they think it's method acting. But oh my god, that is hilarious. And he ends up coming after, and also one thing that makes this romance sound is definitely, again, it's kind of self-aware of itself in some ways. It shows a lot of narration from Rob Downey Jr.'s character Harry, where he kind of just tells a lot of stuff goes and lots of these types of tropes. Getting a little interesting narration involving the story and all the tropes, which I thought was pretty interesting, and that'd be times throughout the movie. It's such a scene where Harry ends up reuniting with his childhood high school crush Harmony, played by Michelle Monaghan, who gives probably one of the best performances in this movie, by the way. And the first time they reunite, it's like, oh my god, hilarious. It's like, Harry, you don't recognize him. Oh my god, here we go. And then you get also got a little scene revolving just about the little scene time again. It's like, oh, that's me. Like, and then we get a scene where we see two guys walking. So hey, get away! It's like, oh my god, that's so hilarious. And also get another hilarious scene where basically Harry ends up sleeping like one of her friends. And then she gets pissed about it, then he ends up, and then he slamming the door on his finger, and one of his fingers literally fell off, and like, oh my god, like, you can tell why I just said that is pretty much hilarious. About the relationship between these two characters, basically, when they end up sleeping together, and the hormone ends up revealing that he slept with her best friend, like, my best friend, and he's not like, oh my god,
we didn't do anything, we are not dangerous, drop the gun.
You have the whole mystery aspect. I'm not sure I'm going to reveal what else that happens in terms of the mystery stuff. But it's actually pretty engaging, a lot more than you actually would expect. So I love it, and one that makes it so much funny is, and some of the writing that makes the mystery engaging is unpredictable actually. It's one that really makes me think, honestly, so I give it up on that. The point that makes this film great as it is, especially how funny it was, is definitely the acting of it. But I don't think this film probably would be good with the acting, not just main leads, but even the other actors that you see here as well. But it's one of the three main leads that do well, like Rob Downey Jr. Again, Rob Downey, this was kind of before he was more known for being Iron Man. He was still an actor, but before he was just blown up now, and now huge star and all that. Like, you guys get what I'm saying. Basically, he was amazing in Scary. He plays Harry, and someone who's seen Harry fleeing from Botch freaking New York City, and if he had a shop for it's like, I can skip, and then you have to be an audition, and he has to pressure with his outburst, like man, that whole thing is hilarious.
You got your partner killed. He was in over his head.
Hilarious, and he has a lot more hilarious stuff like that. It's where his line delivery makes a lot of scenes as hilarious as they are. And then you got Val Kilmer, who, some people may not exactly, this best work with, but he is a talented actor. This is definitely one of his best roles, and the interactions that he has with Harry throughout the movie is honestly like a bunch of kind of wasn't, but the back and forth between each other, the banter between each other is all hilarious. They have so many incredible lines that they tell each other, and so much banter they tell each other that it's just, oh my god, this is the best banter you will ever see in any comedy movie, truly.
Wow. Sorry.
Yeah, the one films that tried, and also got Michelle Monaghan in the movie, and I just said, definitely a lot.
This is what I'm talking about.
It's good, but a lot of people don't really say it has like a standout role, honestly, at least. Like I said, I don't know, she's been in a lot of great stuff, but this is definitely the big part of her best role, honestly. I think it was this movie, which possibly where she kind of like exploded a little bit onto the scene, honestly, and she definitely delivered what the character that she is playing. Like, and honestly, Chance Rob Downey Jr. are hilarious and funny. Like, especially the scene where I mentioned where he basically slams the door and accidentally lands on his finger and actually cuts it off. Like, oh my god. And a lot of line delivery she has with Harry is pretty great, and it's also a great job make you actually care about these characters, make you like. And also, because you actually don't really see the actual actors see a lot of Jr. You see his character Harry, Val Kilmer you see his character Perry, and Michelle you see her character Harmony. And even the other people like Corbin Benson, Larry Miller, everyone else is on to fantastic and does well with the roles that they are given. And like I said, the mystery aspect is also pretty impressive. How it's actually pretty interesting, and actually is investing, especially with some twists and turns that happen, and it's definitely actually get pretty dramatic and kind of heartbreaking, some of the stuff that happens. Especially stuff that happened. Especially some of the stuff that has kind of been revealed to basically Harmony's friend Jenna, because her character was kind of like the big thing involved in this mystery, and it's like stuff involving Harmony as well. That as a viewer that actually is pretty interesting and it makes you really feel for the characters even more. Oh man. Yeah, and definitely the writing that definitely makes this film as unique as it is. A lot of the stuff has lines that said these characters are amazing. And again, the unique narration that does with how Civil War can be at times, makes a lot of the human jokes. They do kind of make fun of this type of genre at times, a lot of the tropes that you expect this genre and seeing Robert Duke kind of break the fourth wall a few times, like, oh my god, it's hilarious. Especially in the ending where it basically says he's wrapped up the movie and now looks at Perry and thanks the viewers for watching, like, oh my god. And again, it's really the writing and also much directing that makes this movie as unique as it is. So that mention also is is fantastically edited. Cinematography is gorgeous. It's very unique how good looking the movie is, and even the music is also pretty impressive. A lot of scenes they use it for. About that, this movie is my favorite comedy of all time. This is probably the comedy in general that made me laugh the most. I mean, there might be few movies that probably made me laugh a bit harder than this, but in terms of the overall comedy genre, this is the one I would say has made me laugh the most. And I laugh more harder every time I watch the movie. I've seen and rewatch this movie, which is usually a lot that I actually do end up rewatching this movie. Whereas, and again, the self-aware stuff, the performances, the interactions between the characters, it all happens very actually. Like, this film is an example of how you do comedy right. Some guys nowadays feel they just want to be forceful with the comedy and kind of just basically want to be in your face about it and just say something that's just kind of forced or repeat certain tricks over and over again to where it's like not funny anymore. Like, you can repeat jokes that can be funny, it's just you gotta have some line between them that. And this movie does kind of repeat some jokes, but it doesn't do it in a way that's forceful, it doesn't in a way that's just natural. And that's basically what comedy really should. And comedy should make you laugh. Comedy should make you want to have fun and to really laugh your ass off. Actually, I mean, it's not really great. We all could use a laugh. That's basically why comedy's been invented in the first place. And if I think of a movie that I always go to always make me laugh, this was the movie I will always go to, because Tik Tok-sammyklinger truly is my favorite comedy of all time. It's also one of my all-time favorite movies in general. I think I put it around some of my top 50 favorites of all time. I don't matter which one, they could put somewhere on that list. I probably would put it a lot higher, honestly, to be honest. So this movie is that good, it's that memorable, and the movie that basically makes me always excited for anything that Shane Black would do down the road. But overall, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang truly is a fantastic movie in every way. This is definitely one of the best directorial debuts I think I've ever seen, period. It has fantastic performances, incredible writing with these characters that are very real and that just really disappear into their roles. The self-aware, tongue-in-cheek humor that happens throughout the movie makes the film very rewatchable and very memorable. There's not one joke in this movie that really falls flat. Every joke gets more funny the more you watch it. Also, apparently, it's partly based off a novel, actually, which I actually didn't realize until now, actually, that it's based off a novel, actually, called Bodies Are Where You Find Them. I actually didn't know that, actually, until now. But yeah, the directing is fantastic, the writing is fantastic, the story, the characters, the cinematography, the music, the editing, and the editing is definitely impressive how seamless and well edited it feels. It's definitely also different how you do editing, right, in a movie, make it all feel natural and all that. So this is a movie I will always love, I will always cherish, I will always rewatch, and I figured with 50, I figured now it's time to get a proper video on it. So it's not really the best, honestly, but I absolutely love it. I wanted to be honest, so Kiss Bang Bang is amazing, because easily gets 11 out of 10 of A++. I probably don't even say it, but this movie is just downright fantastic. And if you somehow have not checked out this movie on stage, especially if you're fans of The Nice Guys that he did like 2016, or just want to come and just want to have good laugh during this time, this is one movie you should definitely check out if you have not heard of it. I'm sure some of you have, but I'm sure some of you aren't, but anyway, if you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. That's all I'm saying. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed my discussion on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is why it's my favorite comedy of all time. I hope you all enjoying these little discussion videos I've been doing, and they might not be the best, but I'm trying to do the best I could. I'm trying to get more used to these, so let me know if there's anything else I need to improve on these, and I would love to know, if you have seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I would love to know what your thoughts are on the movie down in the comment section down below. And I'll try to have more of these coming very soon, and I might do one on Iron Man 3. I'm planning on doing some on a few types of movies, like Iron Man 3, Man of Steel, and Interstellar coming very soon, so be on the lookout for those. As always, thank you so much for watching, I truly honestly appreciate it. If you haven't, be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. Be sure to follow all my social media sites, all in the description down below. I am saying one of the views. I'll see you next time. As always, stay cool, everybody. Peace. Kiss, kiss, bye bye. And as I said before, you can check out the two other videos I did. One was discussed on why Baby Drive is my favorite movie of 2010s, and why Batman Superman is my most supporting movie of 2010s. They might do a couple more videos later down the road, so I still movies are my favorites or worst 2010s, but I feel check those out. I feel very proud of those videos. So again, peace, kiss, kiss, bang, bang.